I tried wearing turmeric masks to get rid of it. I tried, you know, oatmeal. I tried everything on my face, but the one thing that worked. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Imani if you are new to my channel. In today's video, we're talking about my eczema journey and how I got rid of my eczema. Now, if you have eczema, then you know that there's technically no cure to eczema. It's just something that you kind of grow with and learn over time how to manage and how to get better at it. But I wanted to talk about in this video specifically all of the things that I did to really manage my eczema and get over it to the best of my ability, with tips, with tricks, and all of the knowledge that I've learned living with it for 21 years. I also still have some eczema that shows up on my hands occasionally. My hands, because I touch those trigger things the most, which I'll get into later, and some on my arms. But for the most part, it has really cleared up since I was younger. So for some backstory, I was diagnosed with eczema when I was a baby. My mom said she took me to the pediatrician because she saw spots on me. She was pretty sure it was eczema. My doctor confirmed that it was eczema. And ever since a baby, I have had eczema from birth to about 7 years, maybe even 10 years. I want to say is when my eczema was at its worst. If I can find pictures, I will. But I was covered in spots from head to toe, you guys. They were itchy, they were annoying, they would flare up, they were dark, and so they were just so obvious. And it was the hardest thing I've literally ever went through because I got teased for them, and I just went through so much with my eczema just because of its physical appearance. And then the itchiness on top of that was so frustrating. There would be nights when I would, you know, go to sleep and I'd be so itchy and I'd be so red. I'd have to put an ice pack on myself, you know, in certain areas just to go to sleep. I have to sleep in cool temperatures because if I'm hot, I'm itchy and it's annoying. So it has definitely taken a toll on my quality of life. But around middle school is when my eczema started to clear up with the use of steroid creams. I had a regular dermatologist that I would go to, and he'll prescribe me steroid creams. The most common steroid cream that he would prescribe me is something called triamcinolone. I can never pronounce it right. That is the most common one that he would prescribe me. And then if it got like really bad, he would just go up to different things. And then when I got to high school, I kind of realized I didn't need the steroid creams as much because I learned how to kind of manage it on my own with some tips and tricks that I'm going to get into. And in college, I had to go see a dermatologist again because it had gotten back to the point it was really bad and it was really itchy and flaky. This dermatologist was a little more advanced in the things they would prescribe. They would prescribe me steroid creams, and whichever one didn't work, we would go up a dosage, and they would prescribe me different ones. Right now I'm using clobetasol for my hands. This really works for getting my hand flaring down. So my hands right now, as you can see, have a little bit of flakiness and dryness on them. They're clearing up because I'm using clobetasol. But I don't use clobetasol every single day. I like to stretch it out within a few days. And tacrolimus ointment is what I was using for my face when I had patches on my face. So this dermatologist gives me things, you know, according to those problem areas that I have. And if my eczema gets terribly bad, they'll give me a Kenalog injection, which I'm pretty sure is that triamcinolone thing. But it's like a shot that you get, and oh my gosh, you guys, that shot helps a lot. So yes, that's just a little bit of backstory about my treatment plan and things like that. But right now I don't use steroid creams as much as I did before, and I'm so grateful for that because steroid creams, you know, when you use them too much, they say that it can cause thinning of the skin, things like skin cancer. So you just want to be mindful of, and topical steroid withdrawal. So you just want to be careful of how much you're using steroid creams. So I really try to stay away from them unless I really need them and my eczema is getting terribly bad. In 21 years, I've just learned so much about how to manage my eczema that these are some habits that I've just incorporated to just make my life a lot easier when it comes to my eczema, so that I don't even have to worry about triggers. I don't even have to worry about things showing up because I've gotten to the point where I'm kind of just managing it. And it came with a lot of trial and error. So I know people's eczema cases are different. Some people still live with very severe eczema, so they have to, you know, adjust to certain things. But for me, this is what worked for me. So just in my day-to-day skincare, these are all the things that work for me that I really believe helped me get rid of it. We're kind of just gonna start with my whole hygiene routine, face down, and just give a rundown on the products, the tips, and the tricks that I really feel help me in just having a better way of life, honestly. My face, I keep my face skincare routine very simple. So I use CeraVe hydrating face wash, and I use CeraVe moisturizing lotion. That's all I use on my face. And if you look at some of my most recent videos, you can see my face is really clearing up because I keep it simple. Before, when I would use a whole bunch of different products, they would do more harm than good. I tend to stay away from products that have salicylic acid in it, products that are geared toward acne, because those I find really do more harm than good in irritating those eczema parts of my face. So I use a simple, gentle cleanser that I feel works for me. And then after I go in with face wash and lotion, I make sure to apply sunscreen. Right now I wear Black Girl sunscreen because I love the way that it feels on my skin and it does not give me a white cast. When you don't wear sunscreen, you will notice a difference. If you have eczema, you must wear sunscreen. It's not an option for us. It's not something that we can do one day and not the next. I put on sunscreen every single day, and I will say that's the one thing that's not only helped my face, but helped me to clear it up and help it to stay clear and look hydrated, because eczema can also make your skin look dry. I make sure to wear sunscreen every single day. If not on the rest of my body, my face will have sunscreen on it every single day. If I run out of my Black Girl sunscreen, I'm finding some sunscreen around the house to wear. I forget the reasoning behind it. If I can find it, I'll insert it in here. But sunscreen has helped my face clear up so much. If you have eczema, you need to be wearing sunscreen. It's gonna make a world of a difference. I'm telling you. You need to protect, especially if you're putting steroid creams on your face, you need to be wearing sunscreen to protect, you know, your skin is trying to work and is trying to heal, but you're not putting sunscreen on. So when you go out in that sun and the sun hits that steroid cream and medicine working on your face, all the stuff that you did is gonna go out the window. So make sure you put on your sunscreen. And then guys, here's a big one, my oral care routine. I had to stop using toothpaste with sodium lauryl sulfate, also known as just SLS. I cannot use any toothpaste with SLS in it because I realized that was a trigger for my eczema. If you look it up, SLS can trigger eczema. Sometimes fluoride can trigger eczema too, but that wasn't the case for me, just SLS. So right now I'm using the Hello toothpaste. It's just an all natural toothpaste. It works great for me and it doesn't give me any flare-ups. When I was using toothpaste with SLS, I used to use AIM and it would make my teeth so bright and white, but around my mouth would be dark. It would be so dark, and I would even start getting eczema patches around my mouth, and that looked horrible to me. I tried wearing turmeric masks to get rid of it. I tried, you know, oatmeal. I tried everything on my face, but the one thing that worked was when I stopped using toothpaste with SLS in it. So I promise you, if you're having that I believe it's perioral dermatitis. If you're having that eczema around your mouth, please, 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 please get toothpaste with no SLS in it. It will be the best decision you've ever made. And then I wanted to talk about my makeup routine, you guys. So one thing that I did last year that helped me the most was I went to the allergist. And when I went to the allergist, they told me that I was allergic to benzyl alcohol and formaldehyde. Now, benzyl alcohol is found in a lot of makeup products, so I had to check my makeup. I had to go through everything, not just my makeup, but my skincare products. And I said, well, what has benzyl alcohol, what doesn't? And that helped a lot. I had eczema all over my face, and when I looked at my makeup products, that helped a lot. Now, formaldehyde can be found in a lot of, you know, clothing products. When you get new clothes, especially like fast fashion, like Forever 21 or Shein and things, it'll be on there heavy. So I don't wear anything straight out the package. I wash all of my clothes, which I did that already, but I make sure to try not to touch too much stuff in the store because that can trigger the eczema on my hands and on my body. And speaking of just, you know, clothes and things, I use free and clear laundry detergent because fabric softeners and things like that can be just a trigger. So I just try to stay away from that. I just use free and clear. I use the all free and clear detergent. That works great for me. But I encourage you, go to the allergist, see if there's anything that's triggering it that you can stay away from, and just be mindful of your makeup products and what's in them. If it's allergy free, if it's vegan, it's probably just best for you to just use that anyway. You don't have to keep checking to see what the ingredients are. But that's just another thing that I do with my makeup. I really like wearing makeup, but there's certain makeup that I just gotta stay away from because it'll really trigger my eczema. And I know like this might sound like a lot, but it comes with habit. Like you'll start to just realize, oh, I can't, you know, wear this, I can't do that. And it just comes with habit. In the beginning, it's a lot. You're like, oh my gosh, why can't I just do what everybody else does? Why can't I wear every makeup product? Why can't I use every lotion? you just can't, because it's your eczema, you gotta manage it. And so it's unfortunate, but it comes, you'll get the hang of it. It just comes with time. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was my shower routine. So for one, I'm not gonna take a long shower. I'm not gonna take a 30-minute shower, but whenever I get in the shower, I make sure to take like a 5 to 10 minute shower. I really don't even like to go past the 5 minutes, but sometimes you just need to be a little more clean. So I take lukewarm showers. I don't take steaming hot showers. I don't really like cold showers, so I try to get it as warm as I can get it without burning my skin. But lukewarm showers are just the way to go. It's just simple and it's just the best for your skin, honestly. And when I take long showers, my skin gets dried out fast. I have to put more lotion on. I have to put more Vaseline on to seal the lotion. It's too much, so I just rather just take my lukewarm shower. I just rather take my lukewarm shower and get it out of the way. I know some people say you should shower every few days with eczema. I don't agree with that advice. Yeah, that's just not gonna happen for me. I need to shower every day, but I don't think my eczema has ever gotten that bad just because of me not, you know, showering too often. So showering has never been a problem for me. It's just the length of my showers that I need to keep an eye on. And in the shower, I like to use sensitive body washes. Sometimes I use body washes with fragrance, but I still like to check the ingredients, make sure there's nothing too crazy in them, too much fragrance in them, you know. Right now I'm just using Dove Sensitive Skin Body Wash. That just works for me. Also, I like to use a light lotion when I get out of the shower. I like to use the Eucerin, like the intensive repair lotion, but like I like the light version. I cannot stand thick lotions. If I'm gonna have something thick, it'll be an ointment, but I can't stand thick lotions for some reason. Also, using the Dove lotion right now. I tried that out recently, and that I've been really liking, like the consistency of it and how moisturizer keeps my skin. So definitely just pay attention to your lotions, how much fragrance is in them. You can get away with a little bit of fragrance, but you kind of just have to test it out. And when I want to kind of like seal everything in, I'll use CeraVe healing ointment. Y'all, this stuff works so well in the wintertime, especially when my skin is super dry. I like my skin to look glowy. I like my skin to look hydrated. CeraVe healing ointment will do that for you. I'll put it on in the morning, and then I'll step outside, and by the time like all the elements get to my skin, it's still moisturized. So CeraVe healing ointment is a plus. Get that if you don't have it. Summertime, I don't need it so much, but wintertime, oh man, CeraVe comes in handy. And we're talking about fragrance and things. I have to be so careful with perfume, y'all. Like, I love perfume. I want to smell good, but if I apply it directly to my skin, I'm going to get irritated. I have to put it on my clothes. If I put it on my skin, it has to be a fragrance that I'm familiar with, you know, that my body's been familiar with. But a new perfume, I'm not gonna be able to put it on my skin because I will get itchy, I will get irritated in certain areas. So I'm just careful with fragrance. I try really not to put perfume on too much, which sucks because I really like it, but if it's a special occasion, I'll put some perfume on. But every day is probably a no, because I know I might get irritated by it, you know, later on. So now I just kind of wanted to get into diet and just some lifestyle tips that have really helped me. Vitamins specifically, you guys. There are so many vitamins that can just help you manage your eczema. It's crazy. So there's this book I found on healing that somebody posted on TikTok. Okay, it's called Cleanse to Heal. I'll put that picture on the screen. It's called Cleanse to Heal. It's for depression, acne, eczema, gut problems, all of these things that you can just get natural herbs for. And so certain things in particular can help eczema, like aloe vera, bleach. Because some people take bleach baths. I've never done that. If you've done that before, could you comment that below? Because I was talking to my mom about it, and she just didn't like the idea of it. And also, my eczema has never gotten that bad to the point where I needed to put a little bit of bleach in my bath. But some people have done that and said that it's worked for them. So I don't know. If you guys have done that, let me know. I don't think I ever will, because I'm just like, I don't know. But there's also chamomile, dandelion, flax, hawthorn, and there's also evening primrose. The only one I'm familiar with is evening primrose. I have the evening primrose vitamins, and you guys, they have been of just the most help to me, honestly, in clearing out my eczema. Ever since I've started taking evening primrose vitamins, I feel that my face in particular has never looked better. You're supposed to take them 1 to 3 times a day. I just take it once a day after a meal, and I'm good to go. But there's, you know, other ways to heal your skin without constantly using steroid creams. You can go the natural route and take something like evening primrose. Now, obviously, you should talk to your doctor before taking any vitamins or herbs. Don't take my advice. I'm not an herbalist, but that is what has worked for me. And I know evening primrose has many other benefits, like for acne and, you know, skin problems in general. So I encourage you to do your research on it and see what works for you. But there's so many options. that you kind of just have to do your research, see what works for you, and maybe you'll find something that really helps you in managing your eczema. So that's one thing. Vitamins. And I wanted to talk about diet as well. Diet is such an important factor in a lot of skin problems, like not even just eczema, right? But your acne, a lot of the times that could be due to your diet. Like when I have acne on my forehead, most of the time it's because I'm not eating correctly. So I've learned that. But through just, you know, trial and error with experimenting with my diet, I realized that dairy is a trigger for me sometimes. So if I have too much dairy, I have a problem. I haven't completely eliminated dairy from my diet, still working on that. I'm probably not going to eliminate it. I really love ice cream, but I have it really in moderation. Let's say I have scrambled eggs with cheese in the morning. I'm not going to have ice cream at night. I'm not going to have dairy multiple times throughout the day because I know I might get triggered by it. So it's just about the things that kind of work for you. I know eggs or wheat are a trigger for people's eczema, so it's kind of just like taking stuff slowly out of your diet, seeing how your skin improves, returning it back to your diet. If you have a problem, you know what it was. So definitely try different ways to clean up your diet. Drinking green juice. Oh my gosh, you guys. So in January of this year, I did a Daniel fast, and if you're not familiar with a Daniel fast, I basically just ate raw fruits and vegetables. I had no processed food, I had no sugar, I had no dairy, coffee, y'all, nothing. I just went raw fruits and vegetables for that 21 days. I did a Daniel fast, and during that time, the way my skin looked, y'all, all I'm saying is try eliminating one thing. Is it fast food? Is it salt? Is it, I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there. Whatever you feel that you have a lot of that could be contributing to eczema, look up those common triggers and see what kind of works, what doesn't work. That'll lead you farther than you know. A lot of the times, a lot of the healing is just on the inside. So figure out, you know, is it dairy? Is it this? Is it that? Just figure it out. It may be something so simple, but it's just your diet. So yeah, that was a lot. If you guys have any questions about diet, definitely comment below. Like we can have a conversation about it, because there may be something that I don't know that you don't know as well that has helped you with your eczema. And then just some general lifestyle tips. I kind of already touched on like bed sheets. I try to change my sheets. Well, not try, excuse me. I change my sheets once a week. I have to change my sheets once a week, and pillowcases very often, because you're sleeping on the same, you know, dirty pillowcase over and over. Obviously, it's not dirty because you're getting in your bed clean, hopefully. But you're sleeping on it throughout the week. You want to make sure you're getting that change. My comforter, I try to do like twice a month to clean it, but make sure you're cleaning your bed sheets. That has so much of an impact. Really, it's your pillowcases, because your face is just touching so much. Even after you wash it, you know, you could sweat throughout the night, anything like that. Change your bed sheets once a week. You don't want to be itchy on the same bed sheets. It's just a lot. As well as just like fuzzy clothes. I know I can't really wear those because those become irritating. When it's hot in the summertime, I just like to wear sleeveless stuff and loose things, so I just feel like I can breathe and my skin can breathe. And like we talked about earlier, we talked about those cold conditions and hot conditions. I find myself having more trouble managing my eczema in the winter, because I can't always control the cold environments. And that cold, like sometimes I've had my skin, you know, crack and just be so dry. So you got to be careful with that cold air. And then I had to look up some tips, because I feel like I was missing something. One thing they mentioned was using a humidifier, and I totally agree with using a humidifier, especially in the winter, because dry air can really trigger that eczema. So make sure you're using that as well. Like let's say you have a window AC unit, I do too. Put that humidifier in, because your skin might get triggered by it. So that definitely helps. But I hope that all of these tips really help you guys. I've been dealing with this eczema, like I told you guys, for 21 years, and it's taking some trial and error to kind of figure it out. I personally don't prefer to use steroid creams often, and I'm just really trying to work on healing my gut and eating the right foods and just managing it through daily lifestyle tips. So I hope that some of these things worked for you guys. I just wanted to share my story because it's been something that I've been dealing with, and I really like talking about skincare here on my channel, so I figured it was only appropriate to open up about this and share my journey with it. So if you have had a journey with eczema that you have gone through, please comment below. I would love to like talk to you about it, chat with you. We can talk about it. What are you doing? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? And we can work on it together. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Hope that it was very helpful. I think it was very helpful for me, honestly, to just talk about it. And if you have any other video ideas, or we want to see something like like this more often, definitely let me know below. I will see you guys in the next video that I post. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.